small building back here is actually the last original building of the Virginia Dare Winery. The place it's where they crush the grapes. They actually brought the grapes into that building on a conveyor belt, and then they had in the really early days they were crushed by hand or by foot, I should say. There was actually people who walked in there and crushed the grapes. We talked the other day about the China house. A lot of the people from that China house worked these areas. They picked grapes. They brought them to the crusher building. They crushed the grapes, and then from here it went to aging rooms, which are no longer available. But this building is, like I say, the last of the original buildings of the Virginia Dare Winery. I mean, when you crush grapes up here, you might have been doing it for 40 cents a day or 50 cents a day, maybe, if you were a good laborer, and you work 10 hours a day in most of these places. Now, you can't get in here anymore. They used to let you in here, but the ramp came up here, the conveyor belt, and then there was a motor sitting out to the side that kind of went through there. So the grapes would just keep on running constantly up the conveyor belt. Now it's used as an electrical substation.
It's electrical and water meter and storage.
This is the first time I've been inside, and of course the cement is definitely early 1900s. The roof is new, which I'm glad they did, or the building probably wouldn't be here either. You're inside the grape crushing room, and it looks like they, at one point in time inside this room, they did a history of all the years of the winery from 1800 on, and they've got some interesting photographs in here. Here's a photograph of the winery when it was used for combat, and they have some signs up here that were, I'm sure they're copies, but when it was a Garrett winery. It looks like they had a number of doings here after they were done remodeling the place. They had the city council come down and they opened up the whole area, and they had shows here. Matter of fact, I still have a couple of bottles of wine from the day that they made this historical landmark, and I'm sure that's why it ends in 1965 over there, because that was probably the last time this building had any use at all, regular use. The most popular grape out here was the Zinfandel grape, and I still grow mostly Zinfandels to make their wines. This is a picture of the vats inside of what was the Virginia Dare Winery. Somebody had made a model of it. This is a model of what it was going to look like. I remember seeing this model at one point in time. This was not the way it was. This is the way it was going to be. Pretty well stuck back.
Prohibition.
Prohibition.
There you go. Look at that.
That was one of the signs up there, I'm sure.
It's good for business, definitely.
Good for lots of business.